move on, everybody. Let's roll up our sleeves and give a little love. Time to lend our helping hands. If you think way out in the country is the only place to appreciate the outdoors, then wait till you see Brooklyn's beautiful Prospect Park. 7 million visitors come here each year to enjoy the fresh air, green forest, and calm blue lake. Prospect Park is a real gem. Most of all because it reminds even city types that nature is, well, priceless. All we have to do is take good care of it. But don't worry, we've got a team ready to pitch in with helping hands. All right then. First, we'll help the youngsters gear up for a whopper of a fishing tournament. Then, we'll tackle a pesky case of weeds. Achoo! I think I forgot my allergy medicine.
My name is Beth Bingham and I work with the volunteer department at Prospect Park. I've been doing this job since spring of this year. We deal with a lot of volunteers that come through in the summer and help us maintain the park.
Looks like we're all here. Time to load up and head on over to the job ahead.
I heard this program by a couple of friends called One Brick, and they said it's a good program, you know, for community service, you know, like a social program that like you communicate with others, you know, make friends, you know, and help out the community. It was in Brooklyn in Prospect Park, and there's a lot of people there, and we helped out a good bit in the park.
Jody is running the fishing contest, so anyone who is interested in doing fishing contest support will be able to help you all. And people are going to be doing reading in the wildlife park here. I guess we'll just get the tools from the truck and roll over into the garden. So,
how's this contest going to work out?
Yeah. The kids come and they go to these education stations and they learn about wildlife in this area, and then they're given a free fishing rod. Whatever they catch, they bring back here to weigh stations and have them weighed and measured, and then at the end of the day, the biggest fish and the smallest fish win a prize.
Wow, this is the real deal. I hope they like my signature.
So basically, thanks for coming out, guys. I appreciate it. This is great. We wouldn't be able to do anything without volunteers. So that is incredible that you guys are here. So if you guys could kind of just be by the shoreline and be able to help the kids out, you know, maybe untangling their lines or bringing a fish over, that would be great. Just being a steward of the park, basically making their fishing experience a good one.
Our volunteers are awarded with official park badges to let everyone know these two are ready to serve.
We both were volunteers before Patty, Angie, Angeline, me. but they've done more volunteering before.
You see where all the kids are fishing out by the shoreline? Yeah. So just come up to them, be like, who's going to catch a big one today? Who's going to get the longest? That's great stuff. You know, they'll get all tangled up, so if you can help them out with that. Somebody catches a fish, bring them over to the recording station. They're going to record how long it is and how many fish they get. Yep, that table over there. There's also one over here too, at each fishing area. They're taking down all the information about the fish. So yeah.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
All right, absolutely.
We're good to go. Let's say we try and catch us some fish.
After we got off the van, we had to help out all the kids around the place, around the park.
Let the dragonfly get on your hook.
They said we should go talk to kids and help them out and talk to them what they want to do and what about the fishes and help them if they catch a fish. Do you want to pick a good fish? Did you catch any fish?
A fish!
How big of a fish do you want to catch?
I didn't catch any.
They're gonna be first. You're gonna bring it to the table.
But I mean, but we can't.
I don't know about that, but they'll probably. You guys will probably get a couple. We went around, helped out little kids here and there. If they needed help with their catch, to bring it to the desk where they're supposed to measure it and weigh it. We did that. We helped out. They had tangles in their fishing poles.
Did you catch any fish yet?
Didn't land a big one? That's okay. There's plenty more fun lined right up.
Alright, how do you do it? And then, oh look, now I'm just dance too. So just take it out. Here's the end of it. Run it through here. Tie it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. You got the scissors if you don't want any extra. So you just make a loop, and then just try to make a knot on it. Then you just take it, cut the little piece, because the more of this little piece on here, then the fish is going to know it's a hook, it's not a bite. You wrap the line around it, and then you just put a piece of tape, just tape the bottom so it sticks on you.
After that, we made a couple more fishing poles. We had about 50 of them. We had to get the string and put it through there, make the loops and all that. And that was pretty long. That took us about an hour or 2.
Well, that's not, why would they have the contest? Are you from the city originally? Or
Yeah, I'm from Coney Island.
Okay. So you didn't do much pond fishing in parks when you were a kid?
I will never joke about lazy fishermen again. This is tough.
So you don't just do parks? Oh, okay.
Can I use the scissors? The steps to making a fishing rod is we tied the rope, then we cut the string as long as the rod, and then we tied a loop in the end, and then we gave it to the other people. This was the first time I went to Prospect Park. It was my second time volunteering, but this time it was more fun. I talked with the kids and helped the park. It made the other people happy too, and me and the volunteers.
So what kind of organization is One Brick?
One Brick is a 100% run volunteer organization. It started in San Francisco. And it was basically started by a guy who really wanted to volunteer, but he's really busy. And most organizations require that you have a lot of training, or have like a serious time commitment. And he just worked professionally, he didn't have time, so he just started his own organization. This is your first time? Mm-hmm. You're kidding? Do you like it so far? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh no!
Are you kidding? It's like hundreds.
My name is Cheryl Karpwitz, and I work for One Brick here in New York. We have other chapters around the United States. We were founded in San Francisco, and we're a 100% volunteer-run organization. So I'm a volunteer too. I don't get paid for this. And basically, what we do is we offer easy volunteering for people who work.
People that I met, the people that I met there was Angeline and Cheryl. They're really nice people. They're really talkative. They're one of the nicest people I've ever met, and they're really nice, helping out the community. They always help out the community, and they're involved with One Brick, and some of them are head of the chapters in Brooklyn. So they're really nice people. Me and Cheryl were talking about community service and fundraisers, and then she asked about my bracelet that I had on my left hand, and I told her it was about fundraising in our school about cancer, lymphoma, Hodgkin's disease. And one of our ex-students at our school, Nick Calori, he had lymphoma, Hodgkin's disease. He died on the day that we lost in district playoffs for football. Yeah, so that's the day I bought it,
So it's to raise money for the
Yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah, it's called the Relentless / Headstrong organization. They have lacrosse and lacrosse tournaments all over the nation just for him. The kid was only about 5'8", 5'9". He played on defensive line, and for football, and was voted best defensive lineman in Philadelphia suburban area. He's a kid smarter than me. I think 19, 20 years old. He's at Hofstra University. He couldn't play because of his disease. Him and his brother wanted to play on the same field one day, and they had the opportunity, but then cancer came along. Yeah.
So are you as a group?
Well, our school was basically the head of Headstrong. Well, they started it, and then got nationwide, basically.
So where does the money go that you raise?
It's going towards, I think research. I remember research, because I remember our school raised $5,000 just for research.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
How did you raise the money? Did you have
We just got these, and yeah, $5 each. Not expensive. It's pretty expensive just for bracelet.
$5,000?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Everyone in our town bought this, and I see cops wearing this. And while I was in a train up in Philadelphia, I saw a guy wearing it. I'm like, I don't even know the guy. He's not from my area, so a lot of people did buy it. We raised a lot of money.
To see your efforts just spreading, not only in your community, but to other communities.
Yeah. He originally got over the cancer, went on.
Oh, so he didn't die?
No, he did. After, he was on chemo for a while.
Right.
And then after that, cancer came back, and a couple months later, 3 months later, he died. He basically did fight it off, so it came back to him, and he couldn't get over that. Cheryl told me that her mother had breast cancer, and that she survived breast cancer, but it was really a bad experience for her family. It's a hard thing to go under cancer or any kind of disease in your life. It's hard on your family and your friends.
Well, building fishing poles was more than I had expected. It seems like we've even made a few friends. Okay, crew, onward!
We're gonna walk up to the area that we need to weed, and I'll tell you a little bit about this garden. This is a wildlife garden, and so everything that was planted here is meant to attract local animal life, bugs, small animals. There's a lot of rabbits that live in this garden, and there are lots and lots of butterflies and birds. This is one of the most kept gardens in the whole park. We're constantly weeding and weeding and weeding, and we have the same 3 horrible weeds that just constantly come back. So we're going to go up there and I will identify what we're going to be pulling, and we have the tools up the path, so everyone follow me. This is the area that we're going to be weeding. You can see that there are dead weeds here because we are in here every week. And really truly it's the same plants that come back that we want to try to get rid of. We want to really concentrate on this one that's low, which is called mugwort, and you want to try to pull it from the base of the plant so that you're able to pull the roots out as well. You can identify it because it's very green on top and leafy like arugula, and then underneath it's really silvery. Mugwort is really low here, but if we fan out in this garden, we'll find very tall mugwort, and there's actually a whole mugwort habitat on the other side of that fence where it's growing wild. But we're going to try to keep the garden free of the mugwort because we want the plants that attract the wildlife to be flourishing here and not competing with the mugwort. So we want to grab some gloves, and I brought some hand tools in case you get a difficult root. Then you have weeders and trowels that you can use. Really tall, and yeah, we want to pull all of this out. Wow. Very, very easily. You can grab, a handful of the tall stalks at the same time down low and pull them out because they're all connected with the same roots.
We found gloves and we picked mugworts because they wouldn't let other plants grow, so we cleaned those up. After a while, about an hour or two later, we cleaned a real big spot up, and it was fun. It's too hard.
When we were weeding, when we were talking with Cheryl, Patty, and Angela, I've learned that it was really a good thing, like for the park, for the community, for the city, like better environment, and it was like, just a great thing all in all. It was a lot of teamwork, especially with 5-6 people. We did a lot of weeding. We did about 50 feet of work with the weeding, and there's a huge pile. We did it all together, everyone helped out. No one slacked off.
Do you like weeding?
It's fun.
I live in Philly, right outside Philly.
Are you here for the weekend?
Just for this. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So how do you like Brooklyn?
I don't know. No, not really. I just never seen this part of Brooklyn. And I like this part of Brooklyn than the other parts,
As long as you're not a Yankees fan, you're okay.
What are you, Mets fan? Yeah, Phillies can dominate.
Hey, aren't we all on the same team?
When I was rude to Cheryl and Angeli, I didn't really want to be rude to them. I was just telling them my feelings, how I felt on Manhattan, because some of the people can be a little aggressive, like driving wise, and they talked really like their attitude was really bad. But what I said to them wasn't towards them. It was towards other people like in the city. But you know, I wasn't really trying to be rude to them. I was trying to be I was telling them my feelings, but I wasn't trying to be mean to them at all. And I'm really sorry about that. My role in that, like teamwork-wise, was like I basically I did a lot of the work. I took out like a huge patch of the weeds, and made this huge pile, just like me separately. But I'm not, trying to sound egotistical. But it was great, I took a huge role like everyone else did, like Handan, Cheryl. They all did a great job.
It was fun because I made more friends, and we talked together, and we worked and talked at the same time. It was fun, and we did a lot of work.
Working with others can sometimes get a little prickly, but when the job's all done, it's our good intentions which leave the biggest mark.
That was a really good. So yeah, take one last look, guys. So thank you so much. This is a great day of work, and
no problem.
You guys have definitely made your mark on this garden. You get to come back and enjoy it, the park, hopefully someday when you're over your hatred of New Yorkers and all of their sports teams. I want to thank you so much for coming out and helping with the weeding of the wildlife garden, and also with the support for the fishing contest. You can see it's a pretty crazy day in the park, but every day that we get to spend time in this garden fighting the buckwort, which is a never-ending battle, never ending. Always something that we really appreciate. You guys did pull a lot of weeds. You added to that giant compost pile. Thank you so much. You really made your mark on the park, and I hope that you are able to come back and visit from the expansive Pennsylvania. But yeah, thank you so much. I hope you had a great day.
It's no wonder that getting in touch with Earth can make for such a good time. Looking after the environment, after all, is a lot like looking out for one another. Well, that's all for now. Please join us next time as we continue to extend our helping hands.